Everything you believe about success, about your limitations, about how hard life is bullshit. It's your beliefs and the stories you tell yourself that hold you back. Not the things you blame on the outside, not the people you blame, not the circumstances. It's your beliefs that keep you stuck. So I remember when I got into this self-improvement stuff and I read a newsletter about how beliefs shape your life and how they basically determine what you experience. And I thought it was bullshit, but I still wanted to try it out. I wanted to prove the article wrong, or the person that wrote it. So I was at a time where I was really extremely limited. I was very negative and I didn't think about any mindset stuff. And I thought I was a very unlikable person. Just generally, I thought I was people had a natural aversion to me and my face. So I actually went into the day after I read this newsletter, and I actually deliberately focused on the idea that I'm likable, I'm attractive to other people. People actually like me. But what's funny is that day, actually everyone started smiling at me. People were looking at me I've never experienced it before. People were actually, I actually felt welcome. I actually felt appreciated by people, and everyone smiled at me just because I changed that focus in my mind. And the same will apply to you with anything you want to change or experience differently when you change your beliefs about that situation. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to identify these limiting beliefs and how to change them step by step. Beliefs shape your reality. So everything you experience in your life, everything that's holding you back, every area in life where you feel held back, where you feel stuck, it's all because you hold beliefs that prevent you from moving forward or from breaking a certain resistance. So the first step is to identify these beliefs. And you do this with two questions. So the first question is, what would I have to believe is true about myself in this situation that makes me think, feel, or act in this way? And the second question is, what am I afraid will happen if I move forward in a way I would like? What are you scared will happen if you actually do the things that you desire to do? And you ask those questions whenever you feel that inner resistance come up, that feeling that's holding you back, the thing that you want to overcome. The answers might not come right away. It might come through some insight, maybe through a dream even. It may come later on, but just by asking these questions, you open your mind, and your subconscious mind starts actually looking for and identifying what that belief is. And that's the key here, because when you've actually identified the belief, when you know the exact belief that's holding you back, and you realize that it's nonsensical, you realize that it's not aligned with what you actually want, that's when it naturally changes. That's when you naturally stop believing in the belief. Because we only, and this is what most people don't realize, we only hold beliefs as long as we think that they serve us. So as soon as you realize that the belief is not serving you, that's when you stop believing in it. And that's when you just let it go naturally. So as long as you believe, you still think that belief serves you. So if you've done this exercise, if you ask yourself these questions, and you found a belief, but you still hold this inner resistance, you still are stuck, your behavior, your situation still hasn't changed, and you haven't found the fundamental belief, then you haven't found the thing that's actually holding you back. And then you have to keep digging, you have to keep searching, you have to keep asking yourself these questions to find what belief is actually holding you back. Do you feel that you don't deserve it? Are you scared of success? That's also a very common theme. People are scared of actually stepping into their full power, actually choosing the life that they truly want to live, because they're scared of the uncertainty that comes with that. So if the resistance is still there, you have to keep digging, keep searching, and keep asking yourself these questions. And once you're getting closer to the actual belief that's underlying everything, you will start feeling very fearful. And the more fearful you feel, the closer you're getting to uncovering the truth and to letting it go. Because limiting beliefs perpetuate themselves. So when you look into a belief and you try to change it, that's when fear comes up, because that's just a basic survival mechanism. If you stop believing that the tiger is dangerous and you just go towards it without fear, it will attack you and you will probably die. So the point of limiting beliefs is to perpetuate themselves, because they're trying to protect you from physical harm. So there's a lot of fear involved in identifying these beliefs and letting them go. And if you feel a lot of fear, that's a clear sign that you're moving towards the truth. Now, a big reason why change seems hard is because people generally hold the belief that change is hard, that change is inherently hard and it's hard to change yourself. While that in itself is a belief. So most people would say that change is hard. That statement is a fact. And if you see that as a fact, it becomes extremely hard to change. Whenever you see something as a fact, you cannot change it. But when you see them more as ideas and beliefs, not facts, they become easier to change. They become malleable, because you know that maybe it's not true. It can be true, but maybe it's not true. But when it's a fact, then you really can change your mind about it. So you have to realize that most facts about life, about success, about who you are just beliefs that come from other people. So whenever you feel held back, whenever you feel something's weighing you down in your life, whenever you feel stuck, that's when you're holding on to someone else's beliefs. I like the saying that goes, your bags weigh nothing. That means whenever you feel held back, whenever you feel heavy, whenever you feel pulled down, that's when you are holding on to something that's not yours. When you're holding on to a belief, a story that you tell yourself that someone else gave you, that you adopted from someone else. So whenever you feel that resistance, that's when you're buying into something that's not yours. So challenge these facts of how hard things are, of how difficult it is to quit your job and to work for yourself, for example. The reason so little people actually manage to do that is because we all hold this belief that it's extremely hard and that there's so much risk involved, and all of this risk can destroy your life and you end up under a bridge. This is what keeps people stuck in their job. It's not the circumstances. It's not that it's actually hard to work for yourself and quit your job, but it is hard if you believe that you will die when you quit your job. This is the subconscious belief that most people have. So there is so many facts about life and about success and about anything you do that people tell you that you've just blindly adopted. The fact is, you have full creative power over your life. You create your life moment to moment. Everything you believe, the stories you tell yourself about the world works, about who you are, dictates everything you experience. And the meaning you give something dictates how it impacts you. So if you give something the meaning that it's bad for you, then it will be bad for you. But if you give something the meaning that it benefits you, that it serves you, then it will serve you. Life responds to your beliefs. You can either create freedom or you can create suffering. Most people have no clue about this. Most people don't even realize that it's their beliefs holding them back. So they constantly react to whatever happens in their life, which is actually just the symptoms of their beliefs. But they constantly react to those things negatively, and that's what perpetuates those negative circumstances, because they react negatively to the outcomes of their own beliefs, which further reaffirms and perpetuates their negative circumstances. But once you give positive meaning to the things that happen in your life, positive meaning to everything you experience, then those things will impact you positively. And pair that with changing your beliefs, identifying your negative beliefs and questioning them, and ultimately changing them, because once you've identified, it changes automatically. If you realize a belief is nonsensical and it doesn't align with your desire, you stop believing in it. So this is free will. God is giving you everything that you're asking for. It's just that most people are asking for bullshit. They're asking for what they don't want, by constantly focusing on those things and by holding onto beliefs that don't serve them, by telling themselves stories that don't serve them. So you have to realize that God is providing you everything you're asking for, but you're not asking for it directly. You're asking for it with your subconscious mind, with your subconscious beliefs. If this video helped you, subscribe to my channel, leave a like, share this with someone who needs it, and check out my newsletter in the description if you want to go more in depth into these kind of topics, if you want to change your life. And other than that, I will see you in the next video.